Roxbury softball. Sundays for the men. Sundays for the men. Got Sundays for the men. Sundays for the men.
Woo! And you know he's back, Mr. Sean Bagz Rudolph, a hero in our eyes, and we'll get to that, of course. You are listening to Sundays for the Men, the greatest podcast of all time in the history of Roxbury, for sure. And so much has happened as the regular season, has wrapped up, and we're going to give you a playoff preview tonight, but not before backtracking to what was a bit of an exciting and unexpected end for a couple teams to the Roxbury softball season, and we'll have to set up the round robin for you. We are 2 days away from the playoffs here in Roxbury. You got Rick Diffendale here to my left and working around in a concentric circle. We have former mayor of Roxbury, Anthony Alaka.
How we doing?
We have former mayor of Roxbury finally back with us on a Wednesday, Mr. Sean Bagz Rudolph.
And as always, I like to remind everybody that Trotter's got a light switch cock and Bob Fred has full-blown AIDS, and it's great to be back.
And speaking of light switches, we have former mayor hopeful, Mr. William Trotter IV.
Hello.
And hope everybody's having a good week so far. I know AA was having some groin trouble. Bagz, catch us up. What's going on in your life?
Same old shit, living the dream, brother.
What dream is that?
I don't know.
Wet dreams.
Yeah, plenty of those.
Dead by 40 dreams.
Hey, give me 45. How's that sound?
We'll give you 46.
All right, I'll take it.
I'm just glad you're back.
I'm just happy you're breathing.
Yeah, I'm happy about that every day.
I get worried sometimes. We don't see you for a couple of days. I get nervous.
Oh, don't worry. You'll know when I'm dead. You'll see me in the obituaries.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
That's how we'll know?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it is 2018, so...
Under over 50, Bagz. You taking the under or the over?
I take the over.
I take the over.
I don't know, man. I might take the under.
God, I hope not. Jeez.
I love you, but I don't know.
That doesn't give us a lot of time.
No.
No.
I might take the under myself right now.
No, you're a solid over.
50? I think we're all over 50. Come on. Barring something catastrophic.
Can we like get away from the morbid talk here for fuck's sake? Holy shit! I'm not thinking about dying right now.
Anyway, so Roxbury softball things happened. Let's go back. It's Wednesday the 8th, so let's focus back on Friday the 3rd that just passed. We had Bombers Sharks in a pretty much meaningless game for each team. The Bombers were victorious in that game. I know that a bunch of the Sharks had a game down in Breezy that was more important and actually mattered. I believe Craig didn't even pitch in that game. I think Billy Johnson pitched. Ray Hendry played.
And got a hit.
That was the storyline. I think he
had a couple hits,
If he didn't get one, I think he might have gotten two. So for all the shit we give Ray all the time about lacing him up and playing, he comes in, he plays, he gets a hit. I know that on Sunday he got another hit. He played again. So
he shows that he's serviceable.
Are they catching lightning in a bottle for the playoffs?
I don't know. I think it's beginner's luck.
Don't ever sleep on him, on that team at all.
Don't sleep on the Sharks.
I'm not going to sleep on the Sharks. I'm saying, should we be sleeping on Ray?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll sleep.
Okay, all right.
Yes,
So
not on him literally.
Well, because I don't expect to see him on the field anymore because playoff time has come, and I'm pretty confident they'll have more than enough guys showing up.
Well, you'd imagine.
Yeah.
One would hope.
So, Ray, again, hats off to you. You played, and you got a couple hits. So, good on you, and still go fuck yourself. So, the Bombers beat the Sharks Friday night.
7-1.
7-1. And then I believe the Shockers had the pleasure of playing the Phlegm on Friday night.
9-3.
And the score was 9-3, so the Phlegm were in it.
The Phlegm were up until about the 6th inning.
You're right, they were up.
I think they were winning
over the Shockers.
I think they were winning 3-1, and then the Phlegms had a Phlegm inning, and they gave up I think seven runs, and they lost.
Game over.
The Phlegm were up, and apparently Zach had a hit or two, and Bauman wanted to take him out for Jim McCabe, and Zach Mike Mussina and was like, absolutely not. You're not taking me out of this game.
Yeah, if you're up, why are you going to change the lineup when you're up? You're an underdog in the game.
It's the Phlegm way, is it not?
It's the Phlegm way to a point, but I'm sure Jim McCabe wouldn't have been that man if he said, Jim, we're going to try to play to win. We have a lead.
Bagz is just happy to be back with the soundboard.
Yep.
They could have won that game.
They could have. They did not. The Shockers victorious 9-3, which I believe was their 5th win.
Yeah, that was their fourth
win at the time.
At the time,
the 5th win would come, but that wouldn't be till Sunday, which was and forever will be known as Goons Day, because when you woke up Sunday morning and walked to the field and saw the first two games
10 a.m.
were Goons Corp, followed by Goons Bush Leaguers.
Day after Gin Day.
The day after Gin Day, I got to say, even myself, I had really no... I didn't have lofty expectations.
Neither did I.
No one did.
Although to Keith Carlson's credit in our group chat, he was all fired up about getting the W. So we played the Corp.
Yeah, but let's be fair. He's fired up about getting the W every single game. I mean, eventually he's going to get one right.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Anyway,
I miss Bagz.
so we're playing the Corp at 10 a.m., and all of a sudden the first thing, it's 4-0. And then the second inning,
8-0.
it's 8-0, Goons. And then the third inning goes by, and the fourth inning, and the fifth, and the sixth, and it's
Still an 8-0.
8-0. And then you're starting to realize that it's a real thing. Like this could happen. And AJ Harrison pitched one of his great career games. Bagz, agree or disagree?
I would have to absolutely agree. He kept them off the scoreboard for the most part until the seventh inning, but he was actually amazing in the field, made a lot of great plays, a lot of balls hit right back to him. He was very quick with the glove, and I got to tip my hat to him. He was very good in both games.
He also had a big hit, too, that game.
Yes.
I think
Yes,
he had like
did.
a bases clearing double or something. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly.
Yes, he did.
Was he the goon of the game?
That
first
game,
one,
that
yes.
game he was, yes.
Okay.
So he was a unanimous choice for Goon of the game, as we won that game 8-3.
It got a little hairy in the seventh.
A couple things. I mean, Craig Carlson playing second and had like a tailor-made double play ball, and everyone was screaming to throw it to second base, but he threw a horrible throw to first instead.
Yeah.
And then a line drive got through Timmy Harrison, and then on the final out, it was like a lollipop ball to Timmy that he barely picked up off the ground.
I thought it was to Craig.
Craig threw it to him and
Yeah,
threw like one of those.
Yeah,
like
one of those. Yeah.
Meh.
And we won it 8-3. So the
Yeah.
Goons were riding high, and that could have been a great Sunday right then and there. But we had a doubleheader
Yep.
in the soup. It was hot out there on Sunday, and
It
we
was
had playing the
brutal.
Bush Leaguers. And this game had some implications because, correct me if I'm wrong, Anthony, but if the Bush Leaguers would have emerged victorious from that game, they would have locked up the 4 seed.
That is correct.
So the Bush Leaguers have everything to play for as far as round robin positioning.
They were missing some guys, right?
I
don't. I'm not sure.
think so.
To be honest, I don't think it was anyone that was.
I really don't think they
They
were.
had. I'm just
They
saying,
had Kyle. They had Jack Kane. They had Timmy Flyman. They had most of
Luke
their
was
main
playing
guys.
first, second.
So they had most of their
They had
team.
their
yeah.
team. Timmy was there. Joe Stevens was there.
Yeah.
DeFonso was there. Their team was there. They came to play. They came to win. I don't
yeah.
think Danny Gresser was there,
Okay.
but they came to play. Everything to play for fourth place, and they were winning most of the game. I mean, Kyle had a long shot over Ross's head in right
Yeah.
center. They were up, I think 4-1. Then it was 4-2. Then we got another run back. It was 4-3. Going to the bottom of the seventh, and I got to tell you, in the last 3 games, Ross and Chris DeSimone with the bats have stepped up.
Oh, absolutely.
Bottom of the order, middle of the order gets on. We have bases loaded, down by 1. I think with 1 out or 2 outs, Bagz.
When I got up,
When you got up,
it was 2 outs.
It was 2 outs.
Two
AJ,
outs.
AJ led that inning off with striking out looking.
right, he struck out looking. God, I forgot about it because of the jubilation that followed.
Yeah.
But
And we thought that's how the rest of the game
oh my
was gonna
God,
go.
that's like that's horrible.
Then we had a
but
walk.
we load the bases up. There's 2 outs.
Yep.
And I'm walking up to go on deck, and I look at Bagz and I say, hey, Bagz, you're going to be a hero today. He proceeds to hit a foul fly ball, playable, in front of the Bush Leaguer third base dugout that Jack Kane does not come up with.
Was it Jack?
It was hard to.
was
From my
Jack.
angle, I really didn't see if he dropped it or he just didn't get to
He
it.
dropped it.
He dropped it. I didn't see it. It was a gift for me.
He dropped it, and I said,
I
Bagz, now
was
you're going
furious
to go.
with myself. When I saw that up, I was like, I just fucked up.
The next pitch.
No, it wasn't the next pitch. The next pitch after that, I took a ball.
The next pitch after that.
That's when I roped one over their left fielder and left center fielder's heads when they were playing ridiculously shallow on
I
me.
think they were cheating in to try and cut off a run or maybe a second run on a base hit.
Probably.
But the ball, right off the bat, we knew it. It's over their heads, and the Goons walk off for their second win in a row, their second win of the day, and to double their win total for the year in a single matter of hours. And Sean Bagz was the hero that day. Storm in the field,
That was pretty awesome.
and
I'll
you were
give that.
Goon of the game, well deserved, Sean Bagz.
Thank
I
you.
think he's Goon of the Year just for that play alone.
Yeah, probably. So the Goons win 2 on Sunday morning. Then we had the Sharks and the Phlegm. Yes,
Yes.
Yes, Sharks Phlegm.
Sharks Phlegm, and that was
Surprising.
was it?
11-2 Sharks.
11-2 Sharks. Not surprising.
Yeah, I was about to say, what's surprising
So
about that?
so surprising.
The most surprising thing is that Ray Hendry was on base again and was getting hits like he's been doing it forever.
EA Sports.
So the Sharks defeat the what do you call them? The Phlegm.
Flagums.
Now we go to the 2:30 game that you guys, the Castaways, Billy, Anthony, who you specifically switched games to not play that day,
That
We
is
got rained
correct.
out.
and Mother Nature had other plans for you.
Yes.
That bitch.
So why don't you tell us about what happened at 2:30 on Sunday? Because I was back here bartending for you
I appreciate that, Rick.
anytime.
There was a reason why we wanted to switch that game, and you saw the team we put on the field. It was me at first base, Danny O'Shea, who has never played a game of softball in his life, at second base, Matt Chicago at shortstop, Mike O'Shea at third base, Rusty catching in flip-flops,
Yes.
Bob pitching, Trotter in right field, Pino in center field, and Caffrey in left field. So we had 9 guys. Obviously, we were missing about 6 starters.
There you go.
No excuses. The young kids.
It's just a shame because they were talking so much shit to you guys.
I told them they were going to beat us on Sunday. You heard me say it. I said, our team's not going to be good on Sunday, and you're going to kick our ass. And
They did.
lo and behold, they kicked the shit out of us.
I got to be honest. I thought we'd have 1 or 2 more, and we barely had a team to field.
Yeah, we had 8. And then Rusty, we had to beg Rusty to put on the
Yeah.
sandals to play. It's not an excuse. It sucks. The guys, guys got stuff going on. We tried to switch out of the game. It didn't work out. And we had to play, and you know what? The better team that day won, and hats off to them. They were the better team. They beat us fair and square.
Hats off to them on their first season, by the way, getting 5 wins. in their first
5
year.
wins.
Hats off to. They're going to be a tough team.
Oh, they absolutely.
They're going to
100%.
be a good team, and we have to talk about the emergence of Shane Gresser on the mound. He was throwing the ball very high on Sunday, and he was throwing strikes.
So he's got to be their pitcher going forward in your mind.
I can't. I'm sorry. I think he's got a lot of potential, and not only just pitching, but his glove up the middle. He's aggressor. He's got very good reflexes. He's very quick. He could be a player for them down the road, I think.
As his former manager, do you take any sort of credit for grooming him?
No, I did, but
No, because we gave him to the boom that one game, and he kicked our ass.
I will say that he went up to me and said, "I want to pitch," and I let him pitch against the Sharks. And I remember Justin Sheridan was so mad at me because I didn't let him pitch, and I let Shane pitch.
And that was the game we won.
And we wound up winning the game with him on the mound.
Typical Phlegm.
And it was another Father's Day massacre, as they call it. But I'm happy.
You know the Sharks are trying to get out of a Father's Day game next year, for sure.
But I am happy for Shane Gresser because he's a very nice kid. And hats off to them beating us. Shockers they came to play on Sunday. They wanted to win, and they did.
What did we give them, the preseason rankings, for wins? We give them like 1 or 2?
No, the Shockers?
Yeah.
I thought we gave them like 3 or 4.
I think I
Yeah.
gave them 3.
So they went over to 5.
They hit the over.
Well, I didn't know a lot of the guys that going into the season either that were going to be on the team. I didn't know little Gerard Rodman was going to be
He
so
wasn't
good.
supposed to.
Yeah, like he was awesome for them this year.
They're all most of them are so fast.
They can hit
They're a
too.
young athletic team.
Yeah.
They hit.
They're all in college, all in sports teams. Various ones.
Swilly gets a hit
bastards.
almost every
Yeah.
time he gets up.
And he's quick.
And he's quick. They're a good team, and I'm going to say this: next year,
They're going to be much.
they have a very good chance to get into the round robin.
Who wins a race in their prime? Swilly or Danny Collard?
Danny Collin.
Danny Collin. Danny Collin was ridiculously fast when he was younger.
He still is.
I
even
know,
now.
but when he was younger, it was insane.
Who's the fastest guy in the league
Now?
right now?
It might be Swilly.
Or Espo.
I think Gerard might be faster than him.
Gerard's fast too.
Young Gerard
Yeah.
Rodman?
Honestly, he's really good. I think he went 5 for 5 against us that game. He got a hit every time he got up.
Yeah, he's an athlete.
He's
Isn't
awesome.
he? He's a D1 soccer player, isn't he? Or
I don't know
something
if it's
like
D1, but
that? I know he's got a scholarship.
I think it's D1.
Yeah. So
He's really good.
He's a good athlete and a
Yes.
very good soccer player. And he's just very fast.
And he's very fast. And you know what? They're just very fast, and they don't make a lot of errors. They run the bases well. If they I think they found their pitcher, like their everyday pitcher. I think they are set up for success in the future.
Good for them.
Good for them. I'm happy
Absolutely. I'm happy for them.
That 5th win gave the Goons no chance to overtake them in the standings. But our 2 wins also gave us no chance of falling into the cellar with the Phlegm. So our Monday night game against the Phlegm wasn't as meaningful as people thought it would be. But before we get into that, the 8 o'clock game Monday night, Pat, was for first place.
Yes.
Court Bombers. And let me tell you, if you were here watching it, it was a great game to watch.
Less than an hour long.
Low scoring, quick, but two teams playing at a very high level down here. And
Playing for first.
the Corp were up 2-1 for a majority of the game, and they had to win by more than one, because if they didn't, the tiebreaker went to the Bombers. Or no, there would have been a coin flip.
Yeah.
If the Bombers won outright, they took first place.
Yeah.
If the Corp beat them by one, coin flip. If they beat them by anything more than one, it was a Corp first place. And this game was close the entire time. And in the 7th inning, James Quackenbush, home run, big home run for some breathing room. The Corp ended up winning it 4-1 to take first place. So congratulations to the Corp on a first place season. They have now earned the right to play the winner of the round robin that will take place Friday night, and the Bombers draw the Sharks
I can't wait
in
for
the
that
first
matchup.
round of the playoffs.
It was a rematch from last year, actually.
Yes.
It is a
semifinals.
rematch from last year.
And
So
I'm sure the Bombers want to get past the Sharks after losing to them last year.
correct.
And I'm sure the Sharks want to get back to the championship, so that should be fun to watch.
There's a couple good matchups on the horizon. I'm very excited for 8 o'clock Friday, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Does anyone know the record between the Sharks and the Bombers?
I think the Bombers swept them this year.
The Bombers did sweep them this year.
Yeah, the Bombers lost to the Corp and to the Bush Leaguers. That's it.
That's it. So the Sharks are really trying to prove something here.
Yeah. But
To me, I don't think the Sharks have anything to prove. They're the defending champs.
And they came on, end of the year and stuff.
Yeah, they're going to come to play.
Yeah.
With their full team.
I think that series goes 3 games.
We can only hope.
I would say that right now. I think it's going to go to 3 games. I don't see a sweep happening.
Could go either way.
It could.
I just want to touch on the 9:30 game from Monday night real quick. Goons Phlegm.
Yes.
Goons won it 11-5. We were up 6-0. Phlegm came back. It was 6-5. It got precarious. And then Andrew Lind hit the first home run in Goons franchise history to make it 7-5. We tacked on 4 more runs. And the Goons end the season, hottest team in the league, 3 wins in a row. And a season that looked like it was destined for misery, you get 5 wins. And all of a sudden, there's things to be optimistic about. So hats off to the Goons. And Andrew Lind was Goon of the game that game. First ever home run for the Goon franchise.
So, Rick, are you staying now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You might as well just call me Mr. Goon, baby.
All right, Mr. Goon.
I'm happy.
He jumped off the boat, then he climbed back on.
I'm happy he climbed back on,
They threw me the tube, and I grabbed it.
Yeah. Everybody's crediting me for saving the Goons franchise with my heroics.
What makes you think the franchise folds if I leave? There's a
You were
lot of
one of
guys
the
on that
founders.
roster. 25 guys on the roster.
Yeah, that didn't mean anything this year.
but like 10 of them show up.
It'll be fine. And I'm not
You're
going
one of
anywhere.
the 10.
Not going anywhere. Mr. Goon.
The beer guy is here, right on schedule.
Clockwork. This guy is Clockwork. We should bring him on. I don't know his name, though.
Yeah.
Does he know anything about Roxbury softball?
Probably not. I think what he knows about Roxbury is the back door to the mayor's, right where the beer is, and then right back to his truck.
He'll probably just tell you, shut the fuck up, let me do my job.
Yeah.
Correct. Anyway, so before we preview the round robin and then maybe a little bit further into playoffs and make some predictions, now that the chips have fallen as they may, let's give out some regular season awards. As the season has come to a halt, I feel like it just started. And here we are in August talking playoffs. So the season's over, the regular season's over, and now the real softball begins. For the first time in a while, it's not going to feature the Young Guns, and that's sad. But you got the Castaways in there.
Which is Young Guns 2.0.
But let's give away some regular season awards. You want to start with the Gold Gloves?
Sure.
All right, so we decided to do like 4 outfielders, and then every other position. First, second, short, third, catcher, pitcher, and 4 outfield positions. So, Anthony, I'll go to you first if you want to give us your Gold Glove outfield, because I'm pretty sure ours is exactly the same.
I have Vinny Esposito,
Concur.
Billy Ryan,
I concur.
Tom McNoble,
I concur.
and Danny Ryan.
I'm right there with you.
And then in the infield, I have catching, I have Ricky Diffendale.
That's big time.
Pitcher, I have Walter Knox. First base, I have Harry Nungesser. Second base, I have Alan McSavany. Shortstop, I have Kyle Schreiner. Third base, I have Bob Schroeder.
All right. So, the positions I disagree with you on, I put Anthony at short for the Gold Glove.
It could have went either way.
I put Mike Bach at catcher for the Gold Glove. Vote number 1, Mike Bach. But vote number 1 instead of Mike Bach. What am I saying? Anyway, Mike, good luck in the race. You're a Gold Glover in my book. Billy, anything to say about that?
No, I there's nothing to say.
Thanks, Bill.
You're welcome.
Bagz?
I have to pretty much agree, mostly with Double A. I like Walter as Gold Glove for the pitcher
Absolutely.
this year. Walter had a great year this year, by the way. He shut everybody down. He won
Yeah.
against this year.
There was like the amount of runs the Bombers gave up. Like it was something stupid.
Yeah, their run differential was like over 100, I think.
Like I think they gave up 36 runs
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
whole season.
And slow pitch softball, it's impressive.
Yeah.
So
The Bombers weren't as big as an offensive powerhouse as they usually were, and they still won most of their games pretty handily
Yeah.
because Walter held every team to 1 or 2 runs,
very well deserved.
And yeah.
But that's the thing about the Bombers, though. They can beat you so many different ways. Defensively, in a power game, doesn't matter. They can beat you in so many different ways.
I agree. And that's why I think they're the best team in the league.
Well, time's gonna tell.
Yeah.
Bagz, anything else that you would change on there in the outfield or in the infield?
Not really. I'm pretty much in agreement with everything that Double A said.
All right, fair enough,
Yeah,
Anthony.
you've
well
named,
done.
You've named the best position
I
players in the
will.
league,
I will
so.
say I have a few honorable mentions that were close. Definitely third base. I would say Ryan Phelan of the Sharks is very good. Shortstop, I would say Anthony Petroni obviously is
Yes.
really good, and he's right there.
You mentioned Marty before.
Second base Marty also. If he had a tough game the other night, which I think kind of hurt his stock a little bit, but he's I think he's one of the best second basemen in the league. And then obviously pitcher Craig's very good up the middle too, and like you said, catching. Mike Bach, and in the outfield, I would say Darren Quinn and Jerry Robin were both very close for me.
And Jerry Morgan.
And Jerry, yeah,
Pretty much could take the core outfield and put them Gold Glovers.
yeah, but
I think Bob Fred plays a pretty solid outfield for the Bombers also.
Bobby-
Conklin had a pretty good year.
Bobby and
Conklin had a very good year.
yeah,
out
it
there.
was like I said, it was very close. It was hard to pick these, but I just went with what I thought was the best.
We're sticking to it.
But there were a lot of honorable mentions that I wanted to talk about.
Thank you for putting me on there. I did make one error this year in front of the plate.
That's fine.
Haunts me right now.
It's okay.
That was against the Shockers when we were getting our doors blown off. Rookie of the year. I think when we were discussing this off air, this was pretty unanimous, right?
Spo.
I went with Espo, too, from the Castaways.
I think that's a solid choice.
Well, yeah, I had to go with that spot.
Vinny Espo, Castaways right center fielder, rookie of the year, plays a smooth outfield. I've seen him make at least 2 or 3 circus catches out there this year, and then his back came around, and he's fast as hell. So, welcome to the league, Vin. You are rookie of the year.
I'm not gonna lie though. Little Gerard Rodman was pretty close too for me. It was between him and Espo, and it was a tough call for me, but I went
like
with
it.
Espo.
I like it. Comeback player of the year. You know where I'm going with it. Does anyone disagree with me before I say it?
No.
He was so bad for the Young Guns. And then last year he had one bad game and never came back. This year he came to play for the Castaways. Played very, very well. Hit the ball better than I've ever seen him. So I'm going, and we're going on Sundays for the Men with Matt Perrone as the comeback player of the year of the playoff-bound Castaways.
I have a different one.
What do you have?
I have John Conklin as a comeback player of the year.
Okay.
Last year he struggled hitting, and he was probably like their number 10 hitter, and he's moved up all the way to their number 2 hitter this year. He's been smoking the ball up the middle, and he's been a spark plug for them all year. So I'm going to go with John Conklin.
You hear that, John? You got support.
I support you, John.
bro.
But that was my pick.
Okay. Next award, Manager of the Year. Billy, who do you think?
I'm going with my skipper, Double A. He took not a ragtag, but took the remnants of a couple of teams, and we're in the playoffs in the first year we've ever played together.
Do you remember that game he took you out?
Yes.
Which one?
Anyway,
Yeah,
Bagz?
There's several.
To me, I had to go with Anthony Petroni. The Bombers have had a matter-of-fact year. They've almost a flawless season. I you got to give credit where it deserves right there.
Anthony?
Not my favorite award. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's a player's play, coach's coach, But I'm gonna go with Jerry Rodman. They finished first this season. They did. They just beat the Bombers without Jerry in a very big game, and I think that goes to show you how good of a team he assembled and how well they play together. So I'm gonna go with Jerry Rodman.
I'm going to agree with Double A. I'll give it to Jerry Rodman as well because he found Quackenbush.
Yeah, he found Quackenbush He found a 7-footer that nobody saw before.
Very good managerial move starting last year, and it only got better this year. Which brings us to the Most Valuable Player Award. And this was also unanimous off the air, was it not?
I went with Quackenbush also.
Quack.
James Quackenbush won Rookie of the Year last year. This year he's the MVP. Just he's going to make plays wherever you put him, whether it's short. The other night he was a vacuum at short against the Bombers. He's caught everything.
He's a really good shortstop. It makes no sense.
Why are people saying that he's not a good shortstop?
Yes.
I guess because he's lanky and he kind of takes a while to throw, but anything that's hit to him,
He's going to catch it.
he's going to catch it because he's so big.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very dinosaur-like.
And then
He's an athletic dinosaur.
And then he hits balls over the freaking
He
scoreboard.
does. He had, we didn't keep count, but I think he probably led the league in home runs this year.
I say he had double-digit home runs. I'd say 10 to 12 home runs he hit this year.
And he doesn't get cheated. on his
No,
home
they're
runs.
not. They're not. They're bombs.
Yeah.
Like he hits balls over the scoreboard.
Yeah.
So he's probably arguably the best player on the best team. And there's your MVP, according to Sundays for the Men, James Quackenbush. Were there any honorable mentions for that category? Not that we're giving out participation trophies, but
You could say Walter.
I would actually agree. I'd say Walter Knox might be the runner-up because of how well he's pitched this season, how many runs they've given up.
Look at that respect, Walter. Hope you're listening, pal.
I agree. I'd say that's the one I was thinking of too, but it's hard to pick against a guy like Quackenbush that's probably hitting 500 with 11 home runs this year.
I was going to say you could also mention Kyle just because of how un-Bush Leaguer like the Bush Leaguers looked in the beginning of the year, and I know he was missing games, so
he's
when he plays, they're that much better, obviously.
He's tremendous, but it just, I think his hitting he's a good hitter, but he's not as good a hitter as Quackenbush.
What about Clutch Player of the Year? Sean Bagz.
Sean Bagz.
You got to go with Sean Bagz Rudolph.
Clutch Player of the Generation, Sean Bagz Rudolph.
Yes.
Don't just smile.
No comment.
Graciously accept it.
I graciously accept.
There you go. You know what we didn't talk about? We didn't talk about Play of the Year. Should we wait till after the playoffs to see if any big-time things happen?
I agree with that.
I got a lot of good ones in my mind, but we can
Because
hold off
last year
on
the
that.
Player of the Year happened in the final game of the championship, so
Yeah, I would wait.
I would wait on that one.
Yes, we have to do Play of the Year. We have to do Moment of the Year, which I'd like to officially throw Sean Beck's walk-off hit as a candidate for Moment of the Year.
It's in there. It's definitely in question.
I'd like to throw the Bombers wearing the pink and white bomber shirts as Moment of the Year as well.
Absolutely classy move on their part.
That was very
hats
nice.
off to them.
And anything else we think of, that will be on our wrap-up show after the championship.
What they do is what Roxbury is all about. Class act all the
Goddamn
way.
right. All right, so let's preview this upcoming round robin Friday night. We are pretty much, we're 2 days and a half hour away from the round robin, and it's the matchup that I know that I wanted, and then I'm hoping that it's what everyone wanted. And I know that the Castaways, who finished 6th and had a chance to climb, so a little disappointing end to the season, but they're in, and that's what matters, and they have their date with the Bush Leaguers on Friday at 8 o'clock, and they're out for redemption because the last time these two teams hooked up in what we thought was going to be a chirp fest, and it got a little chirpy, which was fun, but the Bush Leaguers ran away with it. So you're hoping that Mike Nouse is going to be there? Yes?
He'll be there.
We pretty much have a whole team.
I'd like to see full squad versus full squad and how that would go. So, Anthony, your thoughts going into Friday as the manager of the Castaways, what are you expecting to happen?
I'm not going to lie. The end of the season was kind of tough. We didn't finish the way we wanted to. We had the fate to control our own destiny and get the 4th spot, and we didn't take care of business. So right now we're in 6th. We put ourselves in that position, and our backs are up against the wall right now. We got to win 2 games to get out of it. But I think with our full team, if we string them together, we get a couple hits behind Mike Nouse, I think we got a shot. I think we have a good chance.
Bagz, your thoughts on the first game of the round robin, Castaways Bush Leaguers?
I think it's going to be more of a mental game than anything else. I think the Bush Leaguers are in the Castaways' heads at this point. And I think there's a lot of pressure on the Castaways in this game. And I think the Bush Leaguers are coming to that game a little angry the way they finished their season. So,
how'd they finish their season?
At the hands of me. But needless to say, I actually like the Bush Leaguers in this game. I actually like the Bush Leaguers to come out of the round robin.
Oh, hot take. William.
They're definitely the favorite. I agree.
Yeah, I'd have to agree that they're the favorite. But if we play like we did the first game we had against the Bush Leaguers and hit the ball well and don't make any errors, I think we stand a chance to make it out of that first game.
I just sorry. I just want to add one more. I just didn't like.
Please do.
I really didn't like the way the Castaways have limped into the playoffs. It's things like that have a tendency of carrying over. So
He's not wrong. You know, I'd say right now.
I mean, listen. The Castaways could very well win this game, but I don't like how they've gone into the playoffs here.
Like, I feel like if the Goons were going to the playoffs, we just run the table and never lose again.
I wouldn't go that far.
That's a lie.
but-
That's a lie. That's a lie. That wouldn't happen.
We are a little soft going into the
Here's
playoffs.
what I think about this first game. It's great that Mike Nouse is going to be there because no discredit to Burns, but Mike Nouse is a better pitcher and a playoff-proven pitcher from former Yike and all the championships they won. I think 9 of them. I don't know how many he was the pitcher for, but definitely a few that I've seen. So you need that Mike Nouse. There's been a couple games that I've been at this year watching where he got off to some sluggish starts and first inning walks.
I agree. He's had a couple games where he was not Mike Nouse like, where he got behind batters, he walked some guys, and then he had to come down to throw strikes, and he got hit pretty hard. So
He can't come out. I mean, he's got to come out in like mid-game form, like throwing strikes and getting high and deep, and that's because you can't let them jump on you again.
No.
we're gonna have to rely on our veteran leadership for this game. Guys like Mike Nouse and Bob Schroeder, who have been in these games before, are really gonna have to, lead on the field, and they're gonna have to, lead us to victory. We're going to need Bob's glove at third base, and we're going to need Mike Nouse to pitch a hell of a game for us to beat the Bush Leaguers.
I'm excited for
Can't
it.
beat yourselves. That's about it.
And we got a hit, and
We couldn't buy a hit.
It's frustrating right now. I'm not going to lie. As the coach, as someone that cares so much about the team, it's hard when you go out every game. Like, we're scoring 1 or 2 runs right now. It's just hard. We just got to. I don't know what we got to do.
Maybe you're saving it all up for this moment.
I'm tweaking the lineup a little bit for this game. I'm not going to disclose that. We're going to wait for Friday. I'm going to make a couple minor changes. I'm hoping that'll spark some guys. Maybe move a couple guys down that are feeling a little too much pressure. Maybe move them down a little bit, relieve some of it. And I'm hoping we come out fiery. I want to see us fired up for Friday. I feel like I'm
I'm fired up.
We can't get down a couple runs and just
We do.
quit, and we can't get down. That's what happens to us. And
We
can't-
get down 1 or 2 runs, and then all the energy is just
That's-
sucked
we
out.
need-
Yeah, but that can't happen in the
That
playoffs.
can't.
Even if you get down 2 runs, you can't lose that energy in the playoffs.
Because honestly, confidence hitting right now is not there. But I'm hoping that being in the round robin and actually being in this game is going to give us like a jolt,
Little kick in the ass.
Well, the weather's looking good. It's we're in the full swing of the mayoral campaign. Jimmy Mangan versus Mike Bach, and Jimmy Mangan's actually going to be involved in the round robin with the Bachers in Game 2, who were gifted the 4 spot after losing 6 games in a row to end the season. They go from 8-2 to 8-8, and they still take the 4 spot because of Sean Bagz Rudolph beating the Bush Leaguers.
Thank you, Sean.
It wasn't just me. It was a team effort.
So, I'll ask Bagz because you don't have a horse in the race. Who do you think has a better chance of beating the Bachers in Game 2?
Honestly, I think the Bush Leaguers do.
And why?
Every time I've watched them, I think the Bachers did beat them once this year, but Bush Leaguers they're a tough team to beat, especially when they start hitting that ball in. And whoever, if it's Timmy Hanning pitching for the Bachers, I'm not really all that confident in him to hold down that lineup.
But they can't hit.
The Bachers can't hit
Bachers
the
are
ball.
always hit.
And the Bachers can play well in the playoffs. They've shown plenty of times in the past that they will show up out of nowhere and look like a whole new team in the playoffs.
Yeah, I've seen it firsthand on the field.
Yeah, so have I.
And we've also beaten them a couple times
Yeah.
too. So, I think the first game is going to be fantastic. I'm actually, I won't say I hope it's fantastic. That's what I'm hoping it's much better than the last time those 2 teams hooked up. The winner of that Friday night round robin gets the Corp on Sunday. So congrats on that. It's going to be interesting, guys.
Who are you picking to win, Rick?
The whole thing.
No, the round robin.
Okay. Oh God, it's tough. I gotta go with my heart. No, I gotta go with my head, not my heart. I'm trying to simulate it in my head. I think in a close game, the Bush Leaguers win Game 1, and then I think in a close game, the Bush Leaguers win Game 2.
Okay.
But another prediction, a very entertaining night of softball in Roxbury. If you're around, come on down. And that would be the second year in a row the Bush Leaguers get out of the round robin, but that's just what I feel right now. Although, you never know what's going on in the Bush Leaguers' head. Like, are there ill effects from what happened to them on Sunday? Like, so close to shutting the door and taking fourth place and then blowing a game to a team that they are better than. So we'll see if that affects them at all, and if that's in their heads. I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing. I don't think that's going to affect them at all. I don't think they like us on the field. I think we're a bit of rivals. I don't know why, but I kind of got that sense the last time we played that there's a little.
It's awesome.
That there's a little hatred between the both of us. Not off the field. I like all them off the field, but I feel like on the field we both don't really.
You're close to the same age.
Yeah. I feel like they're. I feel like they feel a little threatened by us maybe because it's our first year in the league, and now they feel like we're trying to be that team that gets out of the round robin every year, which I get. And I know they're usually them, so I understand that. But I don't think they're going to be lacking any motivation, and we have to match that intensity because they get fired up, and they're a very emotional team. So if we can get ahead of them early, I think it'll that's going to be huge
Absolutely.
for us. But if we can't get down early and get down on ourselves, I think that's the key to us winning. We can't get down on ourselves too early. We got to stay even keel, and we got to hit the ball.
Who's coming out of the round robin, Bagz?
As I said before, I like the Bush Leaguers coming out of the round.
Billy, who's coming out of the round robin?
I think it's either the Bushwiggers or us. The Bakers are kind of on a slide. They'll be very good in the round robin, but just when the last time we played them, even though they had Conroy pitching, just everything seemed kind of almost like we are. When we get down a couple runs, they all seem not depressed, but no one seems. There's not a lot of energy there, and
Can I ask you, Anthony, who's coming out of the round robin?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm not gonna give a prediction.
Okay,
fair enough.
Obviously,
That's fair.
I'm biased. I would say the Bush Leaguers are the favorite.
Yeah.
I'll say that, but I'm not gonna give a. I'm hoping it's us. That's my pick.
Well, I'm hoping that on Sunday we can find a way to slip a podcast in somewhere, somehow, to talk about what happened on Friday, or even slip one in on Saturday. I don't know. I make no guarantees, but it's going to be an interesting weekend down here. Round robin going on. You got the at the same time as the round robin, 8 o'clock at the Mayor's, the Chinese auction.
7:30.
7:30, excuse me, up here at the Mayor's Committee.
And Saturday's the horseshoe tournament.
Saturday we have the horseshoe tournament down by the Park End Beach, which is always a good day. Mm-hmm. So come on down and either throw shoes or watch people throw shoes. It's always a good time. And then Sunday we have playoff softball, which is always
11 and 12:30 game, I believe, right?
Phenomenal day, 11 and 12:30.
Yep.
But it should be fun, boys, and it should be fun for the Castaways. I wish you guys luck.
Thank you, Rick.
And Thank you. Yeah, I hope you would do what the Young Guns never could and get the hell out of that thing.
I hope you're on our bench supporting us.
I will be
in the vicinity,
either on the bench or close to it. But wherever I am, I'll be supporting you.
I will say, whoever makes it out is getting spanked by the Corp.
Easy, Billy. Come on, anything can happen. The Corp are human. The Goons proved it.
Quackenbush is not human.
He's human, but he's a big one. He's a big human.
Any given Sunday, remember that.
Or Monday. Or Wednesday.
Or Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to put up the Al Pacino Any Given Sunday speech.
I love it.
On Friday before the game. If that doesn't get us fired up, I don't know what will.
And then if you get out of the round robin, then you got to use the Herb Brooks speech.
I do feel like we are like that team right now. We're in the playoffs, but we're limping in a little bit, and I think we need like an Al Pacino fiery speech to get
I like
us.
that.
All it takes is one big inning, and it really will set things off. You have a big 7-8 run inning, get your team all fired up. You never know where that could take you.
We just have so many guys right now that are just like that can hit, that just are like aren't hitting, and like.
Well, now's the time to start.
And I feel like if there's any time that we're gonna turn around and get back on track, it's this game. Cause
hey, Dubsy, clean slate, man. It's playoffs.
I agree.
Everyone's batting zero. Let's go.
I'm saying I'm confident that we could put it together for this game. I'm confident in the team I assembled. If we're all there, I'm confident.
There he is, your confident coach of the Castaways, Anthony Alaka.
I believe in you guys.
Listen, Roxbury, action-packed week/weekend. You got the round robin Friday night up here at the field. You got the Chinese auction 7:30 at the Mayor's Committee Friday night. You got the horseshoe tournament Saturday, and then playoff softball Sunday. If you're around, let's chat. This has been Sundays for the Men. Rick Diffendale. Thank you, Anthony Alaco and Billy Trotter, for always being here. Bagz, thank God that you're back. We love you.
Yeah, we need you, Bagz.
Love you, Bagz.
Happy to be back, guys.
We need you here on Wednesdays.
Clutch player of the generation. This has been Sundays for the Men, and we remind you that this is the greatest podcast in the history of Roxbury.
You know what Sundays for the men. Got Sundays for the men. Sundays for the men. Got Sundays for the men. We're talking Sundays for the men.
I turned my mic off.